Good evening, everyone. This is Mohi from Singapore Maths Academy. In today's video, we'll be covering an area question found in Bancroft School, which is an independent school in East London, a very exclusive and academic school, with one of its competitors being Forest School, which is also a very good school. These 11 plus videos are really for parents and children to go through different questions that they found challenging in a way that will make it a lot easier for them to understand and reason. Reasoning is a major part of maths, and we hope that these videos help your children and yourselves. If you're tutoring your children, then this would be a great video for you to go through yourself and then to explain to your children if need be. Let's jump onto my iPad to go through this question. So in this question, it says, what fraction of the 3 by 3 big square is occupied by the shaded square? Now, it doesn't give you much there, right? It just tells you it's a 3 by 3 square and there's a shaded square. It doesn't really give you many of the key ingredients to solve this question, or so it seems. So let's see how we can solve this. It says it's a 3 by 3 square, right? So let's see. We know if it's a 3 by 3 square, the larger square, the big square, is going to be 3 by 3, which means it's going to be 9 square units. The area of the larger square is going to be 9 square units. We can see there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, it works out. It's got 9 square units. Brilliant. But it seems like it's impossible to work out the area of the smaller shaded square. A lot of children might think, oh, this looks like a 2. It can't be a 3. It must be a 2 by 2, which means the area must be 4. But that would be incorrect. So let's see why that's going to be incorrect. Now, in this question, we don't know the length of the square. But what we do know, though, is that there are 4 of these triangles. I'm going to shade them in actually to show you. There are 4 of these triangles. You can see one there. We can see another one here. And you can see that each corner of the larger square, there seems to be a triangle, which is in each case actually, it's a 2 by 1, 2 by 1, 2 by 1, and 2 by 1 square. And so what that means is, if I use a different color, I can show you that actually, if this was a rectangle, if this was a 2 by 2 rectangle, it would be 4 square units, right? For the area of that rectangle. But it's actually only half, this section here is only half of that rectangle. And so the area here must be half of 2. 2 times 1 is 2. That area must be half of 2, which means this is 1 square unit. This is also 1 square unit. This is 1 square unit. And this is 1 square unit. So altogether, what we have actually, the shaded section is going to be the larger square, which is 9 square units. Take away those corner bits that make up the unshaded part, which is 4 square units, and therefore the shaded square is 9 take away 4 is 5 square units. The shaded section is 5 square units. The question asks, though, what fraction of the 3 by 3 big square is occupied by the shaded square? Now we know that there are 5 square units for the shaded square, and there are 9 square units for the whole square, the big square, and so it must be 5 9ths. The second question, or 11b, says the square inside the shaded square is unshaded. So you can see this is a perfect square, and that takes 1 square unit there. What fraction of the shaded square? Okay, so we know the shaded square has 5 square units, was unshaded. We know one of those squares were unshaded, and that's a perfect 1 square unit. And so 1/5 of the shaded section of the shaded square was unshaded. So I hope this challenging question makes a lot more sense to you and your children. And you can see that even though they haven't given us much in terms of numerical values, we can still solve these questions by using reasoning skills. Reasoning skills is such a big part of maths education that we have to, in our lessons, talk about something or other on reasoning. Because if we don't, then we're not promoting reasoning skills. Reasoning skills is a huge part, as I mentioned. And if your child is in year 4, year 5, please do work on their reasoning skills. It's not just about the arithmetics. Arithmetics is must. That's the basics of maths. However, one of the key things we have to make sure our children focus on is reasoning skills, because the 11 plus has lots of problem solving questions, which in fact are challenging enough on their own, but then they have another section for problem solving and reasoning. So please make sure your children are very experienced in reasoning. If you have any questions, please do write down your questions below. If you have any suggestions, please do let us know. We would love to hear from you. And if you are looking for 11 plus tuition, please get in contact with us. We've got brilliant groups for 11 plus independent school exams, as well as other groups that I think you would love to have your children in. That's enough for me. And so if you have any questions, feel free to ask away. Take care, everyone. Bye.